Right then, time for this I suppose, since the match tomorrow I left it a wee bit late, cutting it thin this time. Usually I do it on the Monday for the Wednesday matchups, and it's Tuesday, so this might not get the same amount of views as usual, but who cares? If you are watching, thank you for watching. We're going to discuss the match tomorrow for the Celtic Rosenborg, or should I say Rosenborg Celtic game tomorrow night away from home up to Norway we go to play Rosenborg in the second leg of our Champions League third round qualifier, where hopefully things go a bit better than what happened last week. Let's be honest, last week didn't go to plan. Maybe a wee bit of overconfidence from myself. I think a lot of Celtic fans did take the consideration in that it was going to be a very tough game, and personally I will admit I overlooked that. I overlooked how tough it would have been against Rosenborg, but I was looking at how they played against Dundalk in their previous qualifier, and just from that it indicated to me it should have been a lot easier for Celtic last week than what we made it to be. Maybe that's down to a couple of things, one of the things being we didn't have a striker. This week, hopefully, we have a striker. We need someone for the end product, and that is where we were lacking last week. A lot of this stuff I don't want to regurgitate from a match review. In my match review, I talked about how difficult it was for us to actually get a chance from creating something. There was no one there for something to happen. Tom Roderick was too deep. We just didn't have a lot to depend on. We didn't have a striker. We didn't have a finisher in the box, or even outside the box, whatever. Roderick was outside the box, but we never had someone in the box to do the job of finishing it. No one was there to finish it. And this week, hopefully that changes. We go in this game with maybe a little bit of momentum, a bit more momentum, as you could probably, that's probably quite agreeable to say, because we just came off the back of losing 4-0 to Lyon in a friendly, whereas here we're coming off the back of pumping Sunderland 5-0 in a friendly. So it's a lot different going into it. My opinion of friendlies is they're very misleading, right? I don't like friendlies. I do like they're good for getting match fitness into the players, but I think they're really misleading because it really doesn't determine how you're going to do in this season. I see a lot of people saying Rangers are getting better because they drew with Marseille and they beat Sheffield Wednesday and all of this, but at the end of the day it's the competition that matters, and the pressure of competition is what changes the matchup for me. I think when competition is added and there's something to play for, I think it gets to the players a lot more and it adds some form of pressure. That's just my opinion, personally. You might take it a completely different way. Friendlies I just see as warm-ups. This is where the real stuff happens. This is the big stuff, and we can't go here tomorrow night, we can't be complacent. We can't lay back. We need to be ruthless. We have to be aggressive, and we've got to get the same passion into the team that we see usually in a European match, because last week it seemed we lacked that. Players were all over the place. People were out and in of the game. They were spending brief 10 minutes in the game and brief 10 minutes out. The real question that I had from last week was, why did Callum McGregor not start? Match review, and I said it. Why did McGregor A, not start, and why did he not come on at a suitable point in the game? Because I knew for a fact he could probably come on and change that game. McGregor, since the turn of 2017, has arguably been one of the best players we've got in the squad. He's been my personal favourite player for 2017 so far. I would say Dembele, but he's been injured for the majority of it. So McGregor, personally, I think he's been marvellous since the turn of 2017. And he scored a hat-trick at the weekend there. Now, where does he fit into this team? Because Griffiths and Sviatchenko, they've played. They've trained today. So are they back? If Griffiths is up front, I think McGregor should come in for Roderick. McGregor should definitely 100% start this game. But what we have to do is we need to make sure we score the first goal. That is the end of the day. We need to score the first goal. I feel like if Rosenborg do score, we can still get them. We can still catch them. We can still equalise. But I feel like it's a confidence damage if they go and score first. It really puts the nerves into the team, I think, if we go down first. An early goal would be lovely, but as long as we get the first goal, I think the game is in our hands. We have the power to go on and win the game, in my opinion. We need that first goal. We desperately need it, and hopefully Griffiths is fit enough to start tomorrow night in Norway, because, as I said, we need that finisher. Balls were getting launched in the box and there was no one there. I mean, Lee Griffiths isn't the tallest guy in the world, but he does his best to try and win every ball. That's something about Griffiths that a lot of fans like. You know, he doesn't gear up easily. He goes for the ball no matter if his size affects him or anything else. Just a lot more players have to get into the game. Last week, Brown was non-existent. Sinclair was non-existent. Forrest already got his critical acclaim from the whole fan base of Celtic. Just a lot of people weren't there, and tomorrow night need to make sure they're on, need to make sure they're switched on, ready to go. They've just got to play, because this is really, after everything Celtic fans have been saying about the team for the past year, about us being invincible, and all this arguing with not just Rangers fans but fans in England and all that. It wouldn't be the best image in the world if we're knocked out from Rosenborg, not even in the final round of qualifying. And I don't know about you, but I can't stand the Europa League group stages. I just can't. I cannot deal with it. It's not the same. It's not the same. You need that big match feel at Parkhead. And, I mean, we could maybe draw Arsenal, but the odds are we're going to draw 3 teams who don't really give you the same kind of here we go feeling as what you get in the Champions League. I just can't stand the Europa League group stage. I would like to drop down maybe for the Champions League group stage, if possible, to go to the Europa League and perhaps go in some form of couple of round run. But I just do not want to drop into the Europa League at the group stage level, and I feel like it wouldn't be, I wouldn't say an embarrassment, but it would be a massive letdown if we go from Champions League last season, in a season where we weren't expecting to do so well, and I see to the Europa League in a season where we should be romping through to the Champions League against teams like Rosenborg. It would be a disappointment to me. I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, it would just be a slight letdown and disappointment. I do think we'll have things handled. I don't see us losing. I think one attitude I always like to have is have confidence in the team in these sort of games. I always like to have the sort of attitude and I don't know another word. I just always like to have the feeling that the team can do it and have faith. And I feel like we can. A draw will send us through. A 1-1 draw would send us through. A goal draw would send us through. A scoreless draw would take us to extra time penalties, which would be murder. But all we need is that first goal, I think. Get the confidence up. I wouldn't say park the bus, but just strong at the back and just get chances finished going forward. That's at the end of the day what we lacked last week. Finishing. That's what we need. Anyway, this is my match preview prediction. For my prediction for the score, last week I said 4-1. I was completely off. Watch it. This week I'll say like 1-0 and we'll win 4-1. I'm going to go 1-0. No. 2-1 Celtic. We'll go 2-1. I do see us conceding. Hopefully not first. Anyway, if you've enjoyed, make sure to hit like and subscribe. If you don't agree to me, then feel free to abuse or give constructive comments of what you think I'll be like. Just a bit of bop. Thank you, and I'll see you all later.